and subordinate relationship. As required to be an element as required by the provisions of Rome Statute. In the like way, all the police officers were subordinate to the Inspector General of Police. They worked under him. Thus, it is apparent that accused Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina had superior control status over accused Asaduজ্জামান Khan Kamal and accused Chaudhry Abdullah Al Mamun, whereupon it was her responsibility measures to prevent the atrocities in question, which continued for about a month. She did not also take any punitive measures against the perpetrators. In the like way, Home Minister Asaduজ্জামান Khan Kamal held superior command responsibility over the Inspector General of Police and other successive other officers, and as such he had the responsibility the atrocities and for taking punitive measures against the perpetrators. Thus, the accused Asaduজ্জামান Khan Kamal and Inspector General of Police Chaudhry Abdullah Al Mamun, they committed crimes against humanity by their abatement, that is facilitation, and their failure to prevent the atrocities committed by their underlings, and hence they are liable to be punished under section 32A, 32G, 32H, 41B and 43 of the International Crimes Tribunals Act. Accused Sheikh Hasina is liable to be punished under section 32A, 32H, 41B and 43 of the International Crimes Tribunals Act 1973. It is obvious from the facts and circumstances delineated herein before that the law enforcers and the activists of ruling party Awami League, as well as its affiliated organizations, targeted the unarmed civilian protesters countrywide and accordingly attacked them. Therefore, in all the discussed atrocities, the elements constituting crime against humanity have been fulfilled. The victim witnesses, the other witnesses and the investigating officer hailed the accused Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, accused Home Minister Asaduজ্জামান Khan Kamal and accused Inspector General of Police Chaudhry Abdullah Al Mamun liable for the atrocities. It may be mentioned here, Chaudhry Abdullah Al Mamun Inspector General of Police has been tendered pardon or with a view to obtaining his evidence. He is supposed to have been directly or indirectly concerned in or privy to any of the crimes specified in section 3 on condition of his making a full and true disclosure of the whole of the circumstances relative to the crime and to every other person concerned, whether as principal or abettor in the commission thereof. According to subsection 2 and 3 of section 15, he has been examined as a witness and detained in custody until today. It appears to the tribunal that he made a full and true disclosure of whole of the circumstances within his knowledge relative to the crime, and to every other person concerned, both as principal and abettor in the commission thereof. He categorically admitted his involvement in the acts. Home Minister Asaduজ্জামান Khan at the instructions and to pass the necessary instructions. He said that accused Prime Minister used to pass directions to the core committee in this regard. These accused also said that Sheikh Hasina directed them to use drone to trace the location of the protesters and to use helicopter and lethal weapons to kill the protesters. He mentioned that chain of command in the police service was not maintained. In most of the cases, the highest authority used to communicate or contact the mid-level officers like Additional Commissioner Harun Rashid, Additional Commissioner Monirul Islam. Accused Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina passed the direction in presence of Additional Deputy Commissioner for Long Committee meeting, conveyed the direction to all the concerned officers throughout the country. Direction means the direction to use helicopter and lethal weapons as well as drones. Chaudhry Abdullah Al-Mamun also mentioned in his testimony that he had a clean image and track record throughout his service for long 36 years. There had been no allegation against him during his long tenure. He said that he feels remorseful and ashamed on seeing the atrocities in the videos displayed in the courtroom. He sought apology to the tribunal and to the people of the country. Although accused Chaudhry Abdullah Al-Mamun claimed to have made full disclosure of the circumstances, and we do also believe that he made a full and true disclosure. But the offences he committed and admitted is punishable with the capital sentence. And as such, in consideration of his disclosure and the gravity of the offences, we do incline to convict him and award him a lenient sentence, which will be declared later on. By the aforesaid acts and omissions, the accused committed crimes against humanity under Section 3(2)(a), subsection G, Clause 8, 4(1), 4(2), 4(3) of the International Crime Tribunal Act 1973, as stated before. The accused Sheikh Hasina and Asaduজ্জামান Khan Kamal remained in abscondence ab initio, despite the fact that notices and warrants are duly served in their given address according to law. Moreover, they were asked by publishing notice in 2 daily newspapers to appear and contest the case. But they did not turn up. Thus their abscondence itself is suggestive of their guilt. The learned State Defense Council contended that the trial of the accused persons under the International Crimes Tribunal Act 1973 is not tenable since the Act was passed in the Parliament for the purpose of trial of the criminals of War of Independence in 1971. While arguing this, the learned State Defense Council perhaps did not of the provisions of the Act as well as the preamble thereof. The preamble of the Act says that the Act was made in order to provide for detention, execution, and punishment of the persons for genocide, crimes against humanity, war crimes, and other crimes under international law, and for the matter. Section 3 of the Act provides that the said crimes committed both before and after the commencement of the Act